are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of darkness.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you will be notified of all of our future episodes. Also, don't forget to press that like button. It helps get these videos in front of other Star Wars fans so they can get in on the outrageousness. So how's everyone doing today?
Good.
DJ, you're muted.
I'm doing great. Kim, I'm just.
What's going on, Star Wars team leader, Dr. Skywalker 716, Chris, Bodie? How's everybody doing today?
So good to see you guys in the chat. So glad to be back. It is hot as hell in this state, and I'd rather be in Alaska right now. That is where
Alaska be hot. I don't know why everybody. I used to live in Alaska. Alaska is hot.
I
And the sun don't go down, so it just stays 100 degrees. Like it'll get to 100, 101, 103, and then it stays.
Well, give me
that
a
way
fucking
for
state or
24
country I can
hours
go
a
to
day.
that's nice and cool right now. Damn it!
The state of Washington.
No,
rain.
Washington's bad.
No.
Washington's rocking the same weather as we are right now, almost. And they have more humidity. They rained today. We got some of their storm today.
I wouldn't
Don't
mind
it
living
rain
in
every
Forks.
day in like Washington?
Yeah.
Doesn't like Seattle never stop raining? Like it just rains.
That's what I'm
year
saying.
round?
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
okay
the
with
Seattle
that.
Seahawks are called the Rainy City Shit Pigeons. Yeah, I'm attacking Seattle.
Just imagine in Alaska, because Alaska, the sun don't go down. The sun stays up 24 hours a day in the summertime, and it's 100 degrees 24 hours a freaking day because the sun don't
Nah,
go
I'm
down.
good.
That shit sucks. Trust me, I've lived there. I lived there when I was little. It was terrible.
It was 110 here with like a bunch of humidity because it rained for like an hour today. I'm done. I'll do the 110 in humidity. I'll do the 110 dry. I won't do the 110 humidity.
I threw an entire trash route today. It was like 100 degrees outside, or it was like 90 something. But with the heat index, it was 100, and I threw an entire route. That and me, heat and MS do not go together. They're not a good combination of shit. It sucked. It was yeah.
Nope. I'm not
It's
okay
not too
with
bad
it.
in North Carolina.
I plan on moving over that way, hopefully. So
Well,
Nice.
you could live where Bodie and Garrison live in Arizona, where it's 150,000 degrees outside every day.
where you can literally fry an egg on the sidewalk.
You could do that in California. When I lived in California, we used to do that all the time.
Oh,
Hey,
where
Chris said it's
you?
like 72
Hey, are
degrees.
you in Minnesota? Chris is in Minnesota, so I want to go there. That I love that kind of weather working wise. It is perfect weather to work. You still get a little bit of a sweat on, so you are kind of working out, but at the same time, you're like nice and cool by the time you're done with work that day. So, yo, I'm game for that. That sounds amazing. Fuck Idaho. Don't move here. Whatever. I'm not just saying that because I'm in Idaho, and I'm saying that because the weather sucks here. If it ain't this, it's storming. We have like tornado warnings for some reason all of a sudden. We had an earthquake like a year back. Like, we're getting random shit. It sucks here. It just sucks here. That's all I gotta say.
You know that there's like I didn't know, and this is just me. I guess I ain't very smart, but I didn't know that the Mississippi River is a fault line.
Yeah.
The entire Mississippi River is a giant ass fault line.
I didn't know that
Really?
either, Kyle. So
I did not know that. I just found that out the other day. I was like, what the hell? We live like, dude, I moved to the state where we're on a fault line. Like, I haven't dealt with earthquakes since, I lived in California or Alaska, because, that's all on fault lines too. But I did not know that, like, why would we move somewhere? Why did I move to Missouri? There's like freaking earthquakes here. I didn't know there was earthquakes here. Like, I don't want to be in no earthquake.
We haven't had an earthquake in Idaho since like 62. And last year, in the middle of the summer, I'm sitting in my apartment, just watching TV, relaxing, loving on my dog. And I see the carport doing this. And I thought it was the upstairs neighbors shaking, like stomping around. And I see the carport moving. I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's an earthquake!" And like I shot
Shit.
down
Dude,
from the
that
second.
ain't no earthquake. That's
Hold
a little
on.
bitty tremor.
Oh, no, it's not. Hold on. I thought it was the neighbors at first, and when we got downstairs, because I grabbed the dog, I didn't give a damn who I was living with. I left them upstairs. I didn't care. Like I'm grabbing my dog and my car keys just in case, and like we're leaving. It was worse up towards like Sun Valley and like the really nice richer areas, but the aftershock dropped buildings here because we don't build for earthquakes. We're not built for that shit. We in California.
Tremor. You fart and make that much of a tremor.
Oh jeez.
Live in California where the whole damn state shakes. Like that shit is ridiculous. Like when the whole freaking house is shaking, like everything is just going crazy. That's a damn earthquake. Or even in Alaska, because Alaska got some bad earthquakes. I think we had like a 7.1 right before we moved.
We got a 6.5 pound sand. We were pretty good.
6.5. That's just shit. That's when you just get your girl and go to bed. At a 6.5. let the earthquake do the work for you.
Yeah, no, I literally just got off work because it happened at 5 o'clock. Like they estimated time for it. We don't build for that shit here, bro. Like I was driving around after that, and we got buildings on the ground. Some roads are slightly tilted. I'm like, yeah, we in Idaho don't build for that shit. Like we don't know what that is. What's an earthquake? Like we hear California have it all the time, but we don't have that here. So when we got it, we were kind of like, what do we do?
I think it's been like 100 years since there was an earthquake like here, but still, it's like, dude, if it's a big enough fault line to create the Mississippi River, which is like the biggest river in North America, that's a big ass fault line. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That could do some damage. I was like, why did we move? Why did I move here again? What was I thinking?
Okay.
All right, let's get to Rebels.
Let's get to the episode now that we got that off our chests.
This episode is called what is it? Always Two. Always Two there are. Or I think something like that. I don't know. I ain't got the paper pulled up right in front of me or the thing.
Not wrong.
Yeah, something like that. And basically, we are introduced. Last episode, we were introduced to the fifth brother, and now we are introduced to the seventh sister. Now, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, because a lot of people thought that Reva, or Reva, or however you want to say her name, she is the third sister. She is not the seventh sister. And they were like, oh, she's not even the right color, and she's not the right person, and blah, 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 blah. That's not the same character, okay? And it was explained in this episode. This is the seventh sister. And it was a good episode. Mm-hmm. It was a good episode. And, well, I'm not going to say but them creepy ass little droids that she has, them damn things are creepy as shit. Like, they bother me. Like, every time I see this episode, I'm like, oh, what's this, little creepy bastards. Like, oh, what the hell? Why are these little things flying around trying to just get people and shit? Like, they just screwed Chopper up. Like, I was mad. They just did Chopper wrong. Like, there was some things that I disliked. Not about the episode was cool, but, you know what I'm saying? I disliked about them little ass droids. They're just creepy as shit.
They are.
Yep.
So what was the things that y'all liked about the episode and disliked about the episode?
I don't like that it did my boy Chopper dirty. That's about it. I'm sorry. I'm a ride or die with Chopper.
Honestly, I'm excited with the seventh sister, but I'm like biased because it's Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I know she's voicing the seventh sister, and I'm thinking, oh, Buffy. And,
or Daphne. Come on.
Enough. It's Buffy, okay? She is Buffy.
Or she is married to. Come on, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, okay.
Her husband is playing the good guy, and she's playing the bad guy.
Hey, that's a good thing.
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh yeah, no, they can play off. They play off of each other very well.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
always a good thing because all they got to do is be natural because you know they argue.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dr. Skywalker is back. He says, "Hey everyone, he is tuning in. Nice to see you here today. We're talking about some Star Wars Rebels Season 2, Episode 5. So if you've seen it, definitely put in the chat what you think about it." Star Wars team leader said he liked the first thing Sabine did was tag the new place.
Yeah, I ain't even mad. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I ain't even mad.
Hey, People are sleeping on Sabine and her art. Like her
You ain't
art,
wrong though.
her art is dope. She does some good. I like the.
I would pay her for
play
it.
on
I'd pay her for
colors.
her art. I'd pay her to tag up my house and make it look dope.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, she could do a mural in my studio. I would definitely let her do that. Seven Sister talks like she is constantly thirsty. I thought she was constipated. like she had to go to the bathroom. Like, why you sound
She
like
does
that?
not. It's Sarah Michelle Gellar, people. Get with it.
Well,
What are you doing?
She kind of did though.
It's that echo effect or whatever the effect that they put on her voice
Well,
to make her
the
sound.
thing
the way that
is
she
like
does.
if they would have just played Buffy's voice, everybody been like, "Oh, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, that's Daphne from Scooby Doo," or something stupid. She had to try to change her voice up a little bit. Now making her sound like a thirsty bitch, I don't know about that. I
She
mean,
just sound like something like she just hurting. Like
yeah.
like,
She
no,
does
why
sound
you
rough.
sound like that?
Yeah.
She sounds like it's painful for her.
I would
to
have
talk.
been perfectly fine her just in her normal voice. You know what I mean?
Of course you would, you Buffy fan.
I know.
I
love Buffy.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yep.
Yeah, how you got defensive when I pulled up Scooby Doo. It was like,
Yep.
no,
Did
she's
y'all watch
fucking
that
Buffy.
new Buffy?
No.
No.
You should
No.
watch it. It's good. Me and my wife watched the whole series, and I was like, "Damn, this is pretty damn good." It was no, it wasn't Buffy. No, it's not the new Buffy. I'm
Sabrina.
I was thinking of Sabrina. Yeah,
I know
New
what you're
Sabrina.
talking
Oh, I haven't watched it, but I plan to.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
My woman and my sister seem to like it, and they've watched it. I don't know. I just remember the original Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. So
Yeah.
It's way better than that. That was kind of weird and boring and like.
that show was not
It was
weird and boring.
childish.
It was a quirky 90s TV show. 90s,
look-
early 2000s TV show.
Yeah, but it looked
That's-
like it was in the 50s.
But isn't this new Sabrina supposed to be like darker?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's way darker.
Like she finds out like her dad is the devil and shit. Oh god, it's
Oh,
crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds rough.
It is. It's good though. It's gritty.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you wanted with the original one. But we're like,
It's
hey, you
definitely
know,
more- it's definitely more adult directed than it is like a teenage kid TV show. You know, it's more adult. It's definitely better. I enjoy it. My daughter was watching it. She got my wife watching it, and then my wife was like, "You gotta watch this." So then I watched it, and I was like, "Damn, this ain't bad." I was kind of stuck there for a minute, and there's some crazy characters on there. Like, what the hell? Chris says she's a 2-pack a day gal. Yeah. She might be.
wait. Well, what kind of 2-pack though? Are we doing like cowboy killers? Are we doing menthols? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what kind of 2-packer is she? Because if she's a cowboy killer, then that's where that voice comes from. That's that really rough, gritty, dry cigarette voice. Menthol, I don't see it.
Nah.
I grew up
Oh,
around
no,
smokers.
hey.
I kind
She's a
of know.
Marlboro girl.
Yeah, she a cowboy killer fan.
Smoking them
She
Lucky
can't help it.
Strikes, no filter. That's what
Oh
she's
no!
smoking.
She like
Oh
rolls
no!
around.
Oh man, she just buys the tobacco from the shop and just rolls it at home.
She probably could do it. She's a boss. I love her. Just saying.
She looks
I just like
she
the
looks
way-
at Fifth Brother. Yo, you need one of these. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, because he all comes in, he just tries to kill him right off the bat, and she's like, "Hold up, wait a second, calm down." You know what I'm saying? We got to get some other things done first. They're just the little ones. But I love the way that Ezra was just talking shit. Like he's just like, "Whatever, I ain't telling you anything. Whatever. Oh, you
Yeah.
think I'm pretty
Healthy.
good? I know, I got a good master. Oh, my master's gonna die. Well, it didn't seem like that would happen. So yeah." And then the
Like-
way that Zeb came in at the end. Yeah, that I like that. Zeb, because
That's your boy though. That's your boy
Zeb
though.
didn't know what he was gonna do. Like, how am I gonna beat 2 Inquisitors to save them? Like, he was just like, he had no idea what he was gonna do. He pulled that out his ass. He just saved him. And if it wasn't for the 5th brother, they would have been captured because the door was closing. And they were holding it, and then he started blocking the bolts, and then she couldn't hold it by herself. Which man, this whole holding starships and shit, like that shit just
Wait,
bothers me. Like, you're not holding down no entire starship. That shit is not happening. That just bugs the shit out of me. It's just one of those things that just like, dude, you cannot like. I guess they could use the force to like cling themselves to the ground. That shit was funny in the beginning when Chopper was holding himself down. You know what I'm saying? And Ezra was trying to pick him up. Like, I can't do it because he clinked himself down to the ground.
That's some cheating shit, though. Like,
It is.
just let it happen. Like, just
And
lift up.
I definitely like the way the Rex and oh man, my brain and oh shit, brain fart. Kanan are going back and forth. That shit is I think that's one of the best things in the whole series because they do it for the rest of the series, like all the way to.
I just love the memes that we got off of those two interactions, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Order 66 one. Like, man, I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. Oh, I could go for a burger. Kanan's like, yeah, I could go for 66 of them. He just looks over at it. That one always seems to get me to laugh, and it's the dumbest one.
Star Wars team leader says she has them old Catwoman gloves from the old Batman TV show.
Real shit, though.
Chris says, you know, Vader has learned patience over the years because these Inquisitors are incompetent as shit. They're like
100%.
they're like stormtroopers that can use the Force, like they just
And have
do dumb
lightsabers.
shit. Like what? Why would you do that? Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. This is one of those episodes. It's like it's not nothing. It's like more of a filler episode.
It is, yeah.
But it had a lot of comedy. It had a lot of action in it. It had a lot of good things in there because there was some funny shit in there, and it was like, wow, this is good. I like this.
This is what a filler's supposed to be like.
Yeah, a filler's
It's just
supposed to go ahead.
It's supposed to just make you giggle and kind of like sympathize with some things because some filler episodes they get you in your feels. And other ones are kind of the ones that like make you laugh so fucking hard you can't help it. This is that episode that you couldn't stop laughing at some points. It was just like, Jesus, why? And it was good. I mean, this is how fillers are supposed to be made. And Dave knew what he was doing when he wrote this episode. And that's what I like about this episode.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Kyle?
It just had everything in it. It just had, there was action in there. There was some comedy in there. It didn't feel like a filler episode, even though that's what it was. It was just a filler episode, but it didn't give you that feeling like a filler episode. Like
I didn't mind it though.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
It made you feel good to be watching Star Wars. That's what it does. And that's what Star Wars is supposed to make you feel like. You're supposed to feel good and take yourself out of the environment of the world for that, little bit of time that it's on. And these are not long episodes. Without the commercials, I think on Disney Plus, they're like 20 minutes. 23 minutes. So, but for them little 23 minutes, you're engulfed in the Star Wars universe and you're watching like, yeah, that's good. Oh, look at, 2 Inquisitors now. Damn it, yeah, there's more. And then, but you're at the same time, you're still getting that. It's not like it's not one of those. It's a filler episode when you get done watching it, but you didn't feel like you was watching a filler episode while you were watching it. It was like just another episode that's in the series. Yeah, that's true, Chris.
Yeah.
They are pretty much all filler episodes, and then you have the little arcs. Might not just be at the end because there's a couple arcs during the season, and that's another thing. And I really wish that they would do more of that with the with Bad Batch. Have it longer. 12, 15 episodes is cool, but when you got 22, 23 episodes, you can do a lot more. You can have a lot more arcs like Clone Wars and Rebels did. I don't know why Disney wants to do all this short shit. Like, why? What? Like, tell more of a story. Like, if you make it longer or do more episodes, you got more of a story. You can do more. Because I think that's one of the faults with Kenobi was they tried to take a movie, turn it into a series, and then the series wasn't really long enough to explain the things that they needed to say. Then that the gentleman that did the movie, that cut it down into a movie, actually made it better. And it's like, that's kind of weird, you know, like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should have just left it as a movie. It would have been better, or did like at least 2 or 3 more episodes and explain something better. You know, explain things a little bit better. I think it would have been better if it was longer. 6 episodes just ain't, you know, 6 half-hour, you know, hour episodes is just not long enough to tell a good story. I think that's where some of the things, I don't know. The more and more I'm reading about Andor, the more and more I'm learning about Andor. I'm kind of excited about Andor. I think Andor is going to be
awesome.
good. I think
I'm still on the fence about it because I got overly excited about Obi-Wan, and I rewatched it again over the weekend, and I know he's probably going to get the Disney treatment because he's a Disney written character, but still, I'm not going to get my hopes up until something good happens here. After the first 2, I might judge.
Have y'all noticed, and this is something that me and one of the guys was talking about at work, it seems like Disney is like dumping all their fucking good shit into Marvel, and they're like not putting that same type of energy into Star Wars. It's like all the Marvel shit is like freaking awesome. Like, dude, what the hell? It's like, even if it's bad, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like Thor, I'm hearing like good and bad stuff, but even the bad stuff that I'm hearing is like not bad.
Yeah, it's stuff like the stuff they're nitpicking is kind of like, why are you nitpicking that? That's like the most minuscule thing you can nitpick on. Like, I could understand if it was something really good about like the nitpick, but like these nitpicks are so minuscule. It's like it didn't ruin the movie.
Everybody's gonna nitpick. That's what they enjoy doing.
That's why, like, when I read the things about it, or I look at like the Rotten Tomatoes, it's still not bad. Like the things they're nitpicking on is like, come on. And Kyle, you made my day. You liked one of my TikToks today. Dr. Skywalker.
Oh.
Not me, dude. I don't make TikToks.
Oh. I thought you were talking to me. Like, what do you? I didn't.
I made, dude. I work with you 2 times a week, and we talk all week. Why do I need to get all giddy about a TikTok being liked? And if I wanted to talk to you about something, I'd call you.
I was sitting back thinking like that you was talking to me. I hadn't read the thing, so I'm like, dude, you don't even have a TikTok. What are you talking about?
I have a TikTok, but I just haven't made any videos. Like, no,
You're
Dr.
welcome,
Skywalker.
Dr. Skywalker.
That's awesome.
I like Star Wars content. When I'm on TikTok, I'll be liking a lot of Star Wars content. TikTok, Instagram and TikTok, to me, Instagram, like TikTok is the new Instagram. That's the way Instagram used to be.
Instagram's the new Twitter.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Instagram just kind of went on a different direction. There's like, I don't know what happened. I used to get, I'd post on Instagram and I'd get thousands and thousands of likes, and a bunch of people would see the stuff, and all of a sudden it just like dwindled away. And next thing you know, I'm getting 80, and I'm like, dude, but then I could turn around and put the same picture on TikTok and get 10,000. Like, how is this even, like, it's the same picture. It's the same people. Like, why is people not seeing this stuff? And it's just Instagram's algorithm. I don't know what they changed about it, but it's not the same. That's why I like TikTok better. Now, for communicating with people, I like Instagram better. But for when I'm, like, actually, wanting to post content and put up memes and stuff, I like TikTok way better. Which I'm about to do a bunch more Darth Sway stuff here pretty soon. I just got to find time. That's the sucky thing. I got so much crap to do that, it's mind-boggling. It just sucks. Kim, you be on top of it.
Oh, you on fire.
Kim be on top of her. Yeah, or your TikToks. You be on top of it. You be popping out TikTok like, damn, man, Kim put up another TikTok. Oh, Kim got another one. Like.
Not lately. I haven't been posting regularly, but I used to. Just
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to with the content you've made. You can go a few days without doing it, and people are still going to love what you've done.
yeah.
That's the best part about your
That's
content.
another thing. That is another thing that differs between Instagram and TikTok. You post Instagram for like 24 hours, that's all you getting. If you ain't got anything after 24 hours, your picture is done, or your whatever you're posting. TikTok, they'll keep promoting your stuff for like a couple weeks. 'Cause
Exactly.
I'll post something, and then like 3 or 4 days later, I'm still getting likes on this. Like, dude, people are still looking at this. Like, how is this stuff even getting in front of people? Like, Instagram don't do that. And Instagram used to be like that. You could post stuff, and 2 months later, you was getting likes on it. Let somebody
Yeah.
goes through and just, rapidly likes a bunch of your stuff. It just doesn't happen. You just don't get that same type of love on Instagram no more. Sooner or later, somebody's going to come out with like the ultimate, they're going to come out with like the ultimate platform that they just ain't going to, it's just going to be just perfect. One of these days it's going to happen. Somebody's going to create it. And then when it happens, everybody's going to be able to get all their stuff seen by the right people. And then a lot more people will be able to get the credit that they deserve. Because there's a lot of good TikToks and Instagrams. There's a lot of good content out there. Some very big, like, dude, that's what, like, I'll be having a bad day and I can go on TikTok and watch TikTok for 20, 30 minutes and I'll start feeling better. Even if it's negative shit, it just makes you feel better because people do funny shit on there. People, there's all the jokes and the memes, and then, you got just all kind of different stuff is going on TikTok. They just make.
I always find the dumbest shit on TikTok though. Like I'll see a few good Star Wars things, and then I find the dumbest things.
Dude, I sit here for like me and my wife sit there for like, I don't know, like 3-4 hours and watch people scratch off scratch tickets. Dude, that shit was the most entertaining shit ever. Like just watching them.
Why do I see that from you? Why am I seeing that? You and your wife like watch.
Because they go buy like these people are crazy. They go buy like entire books. They'll spend like $400 or $500 on like a whole book of scratch tickets, and they'll just sit there and scratch it off, and they'll be talking. And you want to watch, you want them to win. It's like, dude, you spend $400 on this,
and I love that.
And they're scratching off, and then they mark on their little cards or most of them have like little dry erase boards, and they'll mark off, every time they win and trying to win. And you want them to win. You're like, oh, come on, man, the next ticket. And next thing you know, 4 hours go by. You be like, I've been watching this shit for 4 hours. Are you serious? I got to go do some work. I got stuff to do. I can't believe I've been watching this for 4 hours. But it's crazy. My wife be watching them all the time. She be just like watching them like for the reals. Like she's like, we should do this. I'm not spending $400 on scratch tickets and just sit there scratching them for 3 hours of people watching. But then it's crazy because people be giving them money.
Oh yeah.
Like people give them money. Like just they do the little pay thing. It's like, holy crap, people are giving you money.
Well, it's like with any like TikTok creator, like I get gifts from my followers, like Wrecker. He was a gift, and
dope.
I have
I've got gifts and stuff.
I got gifts. So when I started the podcast, I got a gift from a guy. I think it was like our 15th episode. I had this guy DM me on Instagram, and he sent me 332nd Air Force Ones that he had painted because Mark was bagging on me loving the troopers so much and how I loved Ahsoka's battalion so much.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like, hey, man, I have these shoes. They don't fit me, but I painted them because I figured they might fit you. Do you fit a size 9? And I was like, yeah. He's like, cool. What's your PO? And he sent me these 332nd Air Force One Nikes. And I was like, dude, these are like $280 just all white.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that you painted them with the 332nd colors is killer. Awesome. Oh, yeah, no. And that's the only thing other than who did that artwork for us? Royal Farm.
That was Rad from Radical Art Studios that did our.
The drawings that we got.
Oh, that was who was
that Royal Farm Boy?
Yeah, I think it was Royal Farm Boy.
Yeah, I think I hate to give the wrong credit to the wrong person though. Let me. I shouted him out. Let me check my Instagram.
But yeah, they did all them cool drawings for us. I got a lightsaber that got Star Wars. It says Star Wars Audio Archives on it, engraved.
Oh no, it was cardboard cutout.
Yeah, cardboard cutout. Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, no, he did that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and it was dope. Like he surprised us with it.
Well, Rad from Radical Art Studios is the one that created our logo,
Yeah.
and
And it just caught me off guard. Like the gratitude of some of the fans is just outrageously amazing.
dude,
And I'm like
well,
extremely grateful for the reviews, let alone when they do nice things just out of the kindness of their hearts and they're not looking for
Yeah.
anything.
well, look,
Like I blasted cardboard on my Instagram for a reason because that's a fucking cool photo.
yeah.
Like I loved that.
Well, you got to think about it like this. Look, I got free tickets for a family of 4 to go to Disney World from a guy named Will that I gave away on another podcast. That dude
Yeah.
just hit me up, was like, "Hey man, if I got some tickets for you. Is a all expense paid. Give them away." And I was like, "Dude, that's like I wanted to
That's
use them. Like
awesome.
I want to go shit. Like,
Do I have to give them away?
Yeah.
But you know, I gave them away. A lot of the stuff that I give away on the Sway podcast is the stuff that's donated. Like a lot of people donate Amazon gift cards and stuff like that, and Lego for the Lego store and shit like that. Like most of the stuff that I've given away, other than like T-shirts, I bought some of the Lego Star Wars. But then it doesn't even come off of the. It doesn't come from. It comes off of the money that I make from the podcast. So when I make money on a podcast, I use that and just give it back to the people that don't. To the people that donate in the giveaways.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, like it just recirculates. You know, it goes right back to the because I get to do it because fans send the stuff in, so I want to give it back to the fans. That's like the best part. Is being able to give back into the community and have fun. That's like the best. That's the best thing. Like I did one for the 4th. For the 4th of July, I did a giveaway. I gave away a couple Amazon gift cards and
What the hell, man? No,
gave
I'm
away
kidding. I'm
two
so
500
kidding.
Yeah, two $500 Amazon gift cards that was sent to. They were just sent into the show. People just send them into the show.
Jeez.
I'll get those all the time, and I like that. I hate when I had to send shit because people be like, "I haven't got my stuff yet." Like, dude, what are you talking about? Dude, you won yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't gonna get it the next day. I gotta send it in the mail. I gotta go down there. I gotta do all this stuff. Plus, I work and I got other stuff to do. I got this podcast. I help with other people's podcasts. Swaycast Network is not small. I got 9 podcasts on there now. So it's like, dude, there's like I don't have time. I'll get there. You'll get it. Now I'm like everybody's sending digital stuff like Amazon gift cards because they can just go on with their account and then they can just do it. So I don't have to send nothing in the mail. Because when I used to have to send stuff in the mail, even when I had my vape YouTube channel, dude, sending all that stuff in the mail, because I get all this stuff, like they send me a mod, but they'd send me 10 of them. So I'd have one to review and then I could give 10 of them away. So I was giving them away on Instagram. I was giving them away on, well, I didn't have a TikTok then, but I give them away on like Instagram. I give them away on the show. And people will be like, I haven't got mine yet. Dude, you literally won 5 minutes ago. Like I was supposed to get it to you in 5 minutes. Like I hated that. I like digital stuff. Now digital stuff is way easier because it just, here goes the number. All you got to do is go in here, click it in, and then you get your money. So, but it's cool that people send that stuff, and you'll be surprised. There's a lady that if you go back to the end of season 5 of the last book of the Dark Bane trilogy, there's a chick, just from me doing my, you know, the little quotes of the week, she started a business. That's another thing. She might be making us some T-shirts. So I'm trying to get some T-shirts. But she started a business, like doing shirt designs and different stuff. And she does like some dope stuff. She sent me pictures, like some dope stuff. Like, dude, stuff that I've never even seen before. And, dude, within 3 months, dude, she's in a profit already. All the money that she spent to start it, and it was all off because she said that it was all because of the quote of the week. Like, because I do the quote of the week every week. She was like, it was all because of your quotes. That, you know what I'm saying, gave me the ability to start this business. And now I'm, you know, and I'm like, dude, and she's giving me credit. It's like, dude, it's not me. That's not even my quotes. I just take other people's quotes and tell you what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Like how you can utilize this in your life. You know, how you can utilize this to help you out. And she started a business and she already in a profit in 3 months. Especially right now. Well, this was, you know, what that was couple months ago. I think we finished that back in January, February.
Yeah.
So I mean, but she, even right now, this time period, to be in a profit, that's excellent. To be in a profit right now.
Oh
With
yeah.
the recession and, you know what I'm saying, all this inflation shit. I mean, it's yeah, it's crazy. We missing stuff over here. Everybody just talking. Okay, so let's go back here. I gotta read some of these things. Okay, Bodie's talking about how TikTok is addictive. Yeah, because you could just, I don't know what it is. It's addictive as shit. You'll be stuck on that shit for hours. Dr. Skywalker says, CJ, you would be funny as hell on TikTok.
The PJs, I know.
Man,
Look,
man,
the onesie, adult onesie.
man, I don't see. That's the thing about like TikTok though. Like, I've thought about it because I've watched shit, and I'm like, dude, you know how badly I want to do that just to see how it happens on my end with like my kids or my woman or like the dipshits I work with all day. I would do it, but it's just like I don't think, oh, that'd be great in the moment because I'm in the middle of it. Like I don't think of pulling out my phone. I think of that's fucking awesome. Like you know, my intellect of catching a moment in time is not there. It's just not.
I'm the same way.
Just do random shit like.
What I do random shit all day. I play with dirt, dude. I am a big kid playing with big ass Tonka toys. I can't help that.
Yeah, just do.
Like
just
I
do
watched a guy break his freaking trailer off of his dump bed today, and he got it stuck on a pole.
Hey,
like that would have been
guys
awesome.
Rolled a trash truck. Like, how do you roll a trash truck? Like he put it on his side. Like you're an idiot. That's why
how? How do you just do it? Like, you just take a turn too hard, you know. He thought it was Tokyo Drift, and the e-brake didn't work. I mean, there's a bunch of things he tries out.
What's going on, Clint? So he said he's not gonna stay long. He got to catch up. He'll be caught up in like a week, and should be, yeah, he'll be caught up in like a week.
Well, It's good to see you in the chat. I mean, you don't got to get caught up. You can join us in the moment. We're kind of done talking with the Rebels aspect, right? I don't know.
The Sway podcast is on. You can go on any. I'm on every podcast platform pretty much. I don't think there's one that I'm not on that I know of.
Well, there's not one that we're not on either, is there?
I think we're on pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I thought we were on all of them.
I know the Sway podcast ain't on Amazon because I just never did it, but we're on Amazon.
Which is crazy. I didn't even. I caught me off guard when I saw us on Amazon. I was like, oh shit, hey, there's us.
And we're on what's the book one?
Audible,
yeah, we're on Audible.
Yeah. Audible was cool too. It's like, hey, you might like this. I'm like, hey, I'm a fucking part of that. Thanks, Audible.
Okay.
Quit reading my mind. I'm sorry that you look at my 50 book collection and they're all Star Wars except for 2. I don't need you targeting me right now.
Okay, so real quick, I wanted to be what would y'all rate this episode? Real quick before we move on.
I'd give it a 7.
Yeah.
It wasn't top tier, but it wasn't
the worst.
It wasn't not. It just wasn't what I would have wanted to see in an episode. But there was nothing I could nitpick and complain or be like, man, come on, that would have been cool if they did this. Like, there's nothing in that episode that makes me say that. Because there's some episodes in this season that make me be like, yo, bro, you missed a whole thing right here you could have done.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah, I would probably say like 6, 7. I laughed. Like I said, there was action in it, but there just wasn't it wasn't nothing that made it spectacular. It wasn't nothing that made it like, oh, this is a great episode. It was just like, it was there. You know what I'm saying? It was good, but at the same time, it wasn't bad. It was more good than it was bad. Okay, so I don't know. Yes, it did. It seemed way too short. Skywalker 7, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so there was something that I wanted to talk about because I don't know if a lot of people know about this. So Vice TV, it's one of the cable TV networks. They came out with a special series, and it's called Icons Unearthed, and they're doing it on Star Wars. So episode 1 came out yesterday, and they have like George Lucas's ex-wife, which did most of the editing on The New Hope, and it had like they were talking about what like the stuff that Alec Guinness would say on the set and like all the stuff that was going on. Now we've kind of seen this stuff in some of the other documentaries, not the same exact thing, but a lot of the information. But I watched it last night, and they're like hour-long episodes, but it was really, really informative because a lot of stuff that I didn't know about was brought up. And I've watched all the documentaries, but there was, we knew that like it was very bad, but I didn't know how bad it really was. Like ILM spent like $1 million on playing game. They literally had a thing, like one of the airplane, when the airplane lands and they don't have no ladders and you have to slide down that thing, they had one of them sliding down into a hot tub. And, and Fox like shows up, like the producers for Fox shows up like, okay, we got to go figure out what's going on with this movie because we're investing a lot of money in this and we don't have nothing to show for what we're investing our money. And they show up to these guys sliding off the roof of the warehouse into a hot tub. Because there's no air conditioning in this building, and they're trying to build all this stuff. So it was, it's very informative. It's not, you're not gonna like get a lot of, like Star Wars, action, like
you're just gonna get the raunchy shit that happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But it was very informative. So I'm gonna play the trailer right quick, just so y'all can see the trailer, and it comes on Monday nights at, I think it came on 9 my time. So I don't know. I think that would be 10 your time, Kim. If it all comes out at the same time. But it's like, so it'd be 10, 9. CJ, yours would be 8. And Garrison's would be 7. But y'all watch the trailer, and then if I could, I'll play the whole damn freaking thing. We could just sit here and watch it. But I'm pretty sure we'll get kicked off.
Dr. Skywalker, it's on Vice.
Yeah,
you can get on Vice TV. You can. There's I think it's Discovery Plus that has Vice. No, Hulu has Vice. So if you have Hulu Plus, you can watch it.
And you don't even have to have Hulu Plus. I think it's just regular Hulu you can watch.
Yeah, no, I said Hulu or Hulu Plus. It just depends.
And whatever cable company you have, you should be able to get Vice. Vice it's not like a.
I don't know, man. Us people over here in Idaho, we don't get Vice. We gotta pay for that direct TV to get Vice.
But actually, I think I seen it on YouTube. I think it's actually on YouTube already, like the whole thing. So I don't know. I grabbed the trailer off of there because I wanted to show you guys the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet because I've been waiting for.
Way, we'd be watching a whole Obi-Wan Kenobi movie on here, but I know we'll get kicked off. So let's open this up.
A long time ago, in a studio far, far away, a culture-defining franchise was born.
Damn right.
Nobody knew what we were doing.
Now, the real story of Star Wars from the people who were there.
This is never going to work.
Fix it in post.
This scene is shot into my foot.
And for the first time ever, an exclusive interview with Marsha Lucas.
I used to go in the editing room and say, "Who's dying today?"
Icons Unearthed, Star Wars.
Dude, and when they're on there talking, like Anthony Daniels, he was like, dude, I want to quit now. Like, can I quit? This shit is terrible. And poor George, this dude, everybody's attacking him. They're talking about, like, how they were, like, nobody respected him. Nobody, like, people were just, like, treating him like shit to the point it put him in a hospital. Like, he was so stressed out that it put him in a hospital. Like, and they're talking about it. Like, they're talking about, like, the director and the producers are just talking shit to George. They're
but Vice also has this thing called The Dark Side of the Ring. And it's produced by Chris Jericho, one of my favorite wrestlers. And they like to call out the bullshit that isn't said. Like, everybody thinks Hollywood's such a glamorous thing. Vice pushes that narrative of, yo, bro, there's some dark-ass shit. Like one of the Hart family, I can't remember his name, Owen Hart. He fell from the top of and died, and Vince scraped him off and continued the match.
What?
Yeah. So I like Vice because they like to call people out and be like, "Yo, this is the dark shit that played out in this." I don't care.
Were doing it. Like Anthony Daniels, he was like talking about like, dude, I don't know how. Like, didn't know that like there was no direction on when they were filming Star Wars. There was like nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody had no idea how they was gonna get this done. Like, and then you gotta watch it because it's good. Like I was sitting there, like I turned it on and I started like the first 5 minutes. I was like, oh, this is just gonna be like another documentary. It's like I've seen most of this stuff. I don't need to watch. And then when they got to talk, I was like, what? Really? That happened? Oh, that sucks. Like, dude, it ain't rained in this desert that they were at when they were filming. It hadn't rained there in like 100 years. And then all of a sudden they get this giant ass storm the day that they're supposed to be doing. The camera falls over. They're in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they can just go buy another camera or go get another camera. They're like, oh my God, please don't let it be broken. You got ILM. These guys are a bunch of hippies that are just high and just, you know what I'm saying? They're just like trying to create shit, but they're like just spending massive amount of money not doing shit. They spent $1 million and they only shot one scene, like one frame. And they spent $1 million and they only had like $2 million to make the entire movie. And ILM spends $1 million and shot one scene. They're like, poor George is about to have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? He's in the hospital. He's all stressed out. And this became one of the biggest movies of all times. But you don't know about all this background stuff that is going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about how hard this is, which is crazy. It is super crazy. Like listening to these people tell the story of what happened when they were out there. It's like 110 degrees in this desert. They're all dying. Anthony's like, I'm in this suit. It's hot. I got sweat running all down me. They're coming over to Mark Hamill with these little fans and blowing air on him. I don't have shit. I'm just stuck in this damn suit. I can't go to the bathroom because there's nowhere to go to the bathroom, and they got to take the whole suit off. He was like, dude, it was one of the worst things he ever did in his life. But look at what it turned out to be. That's what that hard work and dedication will get you, you know what I'm saying, if you really put in the work. You got to understand, dude, making a movie takes a long time. And, and they created everything from scratch. Like, none of this shit, they had to create a brand new camera. ILM did. They had to create a new camera because most of the time you fly the object. You know what I'm saying? The object is moving. So, say, like the Millennium Falcon, you make that and you move that across the thing. Well, they moved that and the camera at the same time. So, they needed a camera that could do that. And there wasn't a camera like that then. So they had to build a brand new camera. You know what I'm saying? They did everything, like stuff that nobody else had ever done before, and they had to figure this out on a $2 million budget. And ILM spent $1 million of that. $1 million.
That's wild.
Dude, when they're explaining it and they're like talking about it, you're just sitting there like, what the hell? Like people were like turning stuff down. Like they go through, like we all knew Kurt Russell was about, but I didn't know that Han Solo they hired him as a carpenter.
Yep. Harrison Ford was hired as a carpenter.
And then, because they wanted him to play Han Solo. So they hired him as a carpenter, and then they brought him in, and then they was like, well, just do read-alongs. I knew about the read-alongs, that's how he got the role, but I didn't know he was a carpenter. I don't remember ever seeing that in any other documentaries, which I
also,
did.
fun fact, since we're pulling up Han Solo himself, Mr. Harrison Ford, happy birthday, Mr. Ford.
How was he, 120?
132, damn it. I'll see you in hell.
But like I didn't know that they brought him in as a carpenter, and then because George didn't want him to play the part, and I knew that George didn't want to play the part because he played the character in American Graffiti, and George didn't want to reuse any known actors. He wanted all fresh actors. He didn't want anybody that was well known.
Yeah, no,
but
he hired Harrison Ford and his dad to do the carpentry for Star Wars, and then was like, fuck it. And
then they just asked him to read. And then when he did the reading, George was like, all right, you get to be in Star Wars. Like, that's... And Anthony Daniels, only reason he was C-3PO, because he seen the art on the wall, and he was like, I want to do that. Can I be him? And George was like, yeah, you could be him. You know what I'm saying?
Not knowing you'd be stuck in a metal fucking suit in this, the big-ass desert risking your life.
Like, dude, it's good, and it's like, and this is a series, so they're gonna be doing like a bunch of these. So it's like, dude, like watch these, and you can get some information. You can really know the detriments they went through for George to create these movies for us to enjoy.
Oh yeah.
You know, Disney gave him $4 billion for it. $4 billion. Oh, it talks about like, do you know what like New Hope was built off of? Because George and his father didn't have a good relationship. His dad owned like a Office Max type store. It was like stationery and shit. And he wanted George to take over the business. Well, George didn't want to do that. George wanted to be a race car driver. Well, then George got into a real bad accident, so then he went to school. And after I watched it, I got to reading a little bit of stuff online and stuff, and I don't know how true this is because I was just getting it off of websites. But even when George's dad died, he still wouldn't give him his props. And this dude's a billionaire. He was like, nope, you don't get no props. Filmmakers, that's not a real job type shit. Like, dude, this dude got like billions of dollars. Like billions of dollars. And you're over here talking about, nope, just because he didn't take over your stupid Office Max store.
That's sad.
That George and his dad, they never really get along, all because George, and that's the reason Darth Vader was Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker was Luke Skywalker. Like the reason that they were exact opposites was created because of what George was going through with his dad. That's the reason George. Then, like when they start breaking down, like George couldn't write a script. Like he just wrote down like notes, and he had to hire people to come in and write the actual script out because he just wrote down like his thoughts, and then they had to make it into like a movie because he didn't know he didn't write a script. He didn't know what he was doing. He just, this is my idea. This is what I'm gonna do, and nobody understood what the hell that was. So, like, Fox and the different movie producers was like, dude, what the hell is this shit, man? Like, what is this? And it's crazy when you think about it. Like, dude, the dude that came up with Star Wars couldn't write a script. He had to get other people to write it for him. He just wrote down the ideas, and then they came in and wrote out the script for the movie. Like, dude, I never would have known that till watching this. And I've watched other documentaries, but I don't ever remember them getting them. They get deep in this series, or at least yesterday's episode. They get deep into like what was really happening, like what really went on, like the stuff that you don't know about. And I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like,
I'm gonna watch that.
I was stuck to the TV once about 5 minutes got passed, and they got past all the credits and, you know, all the little preview stuff of what's going to be shown, and they actually got into talking about it. I was stuck. I was just sitting there, and I was tired as hell last night. I wanted to go to sleep so bad, but I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, I'm going to go upstairs and lay in the bed and watch it upstairs. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to do that because I'm going to fall asleep. I know I am. So I'm going to stay right here because I don't want to miss nothing. It's like one of those type of situations where you don't want to miss what they're going to say because it's stuff you don't know. It's like, I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what other information that we can get from, you know, the people that were actually there. They were on set.
Yeah.
That were in the studios. They were, you know, when they said, I spent $1 million and these dudes were sliding off the, you know, the plane slide into a hot tub. I was like, what the hell? And the producers from Fox that is budgeting the money, they're spending the money on this movie, and they show up and watching these guys slide down this thing like, what the hell is going on?
Hey,
like,
I'm not going to lie, though. That's $1 million well fucking spent. You know how cool that would be to go from the top of a movie thing, like the building or where the set is at, into a hot tub? I'm game to zip line into a hot tub.
Hey, dude, for the real, a hot tub ain't very deep. I'm just thinking to myself, you're going to smack the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Well, yeah, if you go down wrong.
You better have good aim.
Like, dude, but like, and they created everything. Like, dude, that's another thing. When they got to talking about, like the dude was sitting there and dude was talking to George, I guess, one of the guys, I can't remember what his name is, but he's sitting there talking and he's explaining like this rusted ass bucket of a car. And it's like, you know, it looks like this. And that was basically became the Millennium Falcon. It was just an old rusted ass, beat up ass ship. But it did the job. It was like that. It was like,
right.
What do they call that?
Lemons.
What do they call it? Huh?
It's a lemon.
It's a lemon. Yeah.
It's a lemon.
They call it something else. What is it called? Like when somebody like like farm truck. What do they call that shit? A sleeper.
Yeah, a sleeper. I have a sleeper.
You know what I'm saying? Like a freaking, it doesn't
It
look
likes
like
to
it's
sleep
fast.
but not fucking move.
It looks like it's a piece of shit, but it's really a fast.
Oh, and it's
really
stupid
super fast.
fast.
That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. That's basically the idea of coming up with the Millennium Falcon. And just to like learn this type of stuff is like really, really cool. It's like this is something nice and it's different because, we get so wrapped up in the TV shows and the animated series that we don't understand all the things that go into making these. And then when we watch something like this that explains all this stuff, it's like, wow, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was really that bad.
At the
I didn't
same
know
time, though,
Alec Guinness was going to beat up George Lucas, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever they're talking about.
it's like part of me doesn't want to know the dark side of, Hollywood, because I feel like it would ruin I don't know. It would ruin when I'm watching the movie. It would kind of ruin it for me.
I can actually agree with you because watching Dark Side of the Ring on Vice really ruined my experience with the WWE.
Yeah.
Like, it really did. I'm more of an AEW fan anyway because fuck Vince McMahon. I said it here and I'll say it anywhere. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. But I watched that and I was like, yeah, that's some really scummy shit. And then Kyle was telling me about this. I'm like, I don't need to know this scummy shit about a franchise that built my childhood.
Honestly,
but at the same time, it's kind of like, I wonder what the funny shit would be.
After watching it, I appreciated Star Wars more. Like, I really did, because I'm like, dude, they went through hell to get this movie made. Like, dude, this shit was terrible.
I'm okay with that stuff. That's fine.
Just going through what George went through. I'm surprised that we even had more than one, because they put George in a hospital because it was so damn stressful. And then he created 5 more and an animated series. Like, dude, I'd have never done that. He's way better than me. I'd be like, screw this shit. This was too hard.
Find yourself a new director, fuckers. I'm done. I quit.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, he'd go out and he would get set up the shot, and then the director would be like, "Hey, that's my job. What are you doing?" And just talking to George crazy. And George is, from what they were saying, George is very passive. Like, George doesn't, he doesn't do confrontation well. So he would just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's my movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? And it just stressed them out so bad it literally put them in a hospital. But then you sat back and we watched the movie like, dude, look at what they achieved. They went through all that shit. George went through everything. Everybody hated everybody. Everybody's fighting with everybody. You got the dude with the doing the budget, fighting with the director and the producer, and everybody's fighting with each other, and shit's just hectic as hell. But then they created this awesome movie, and it just makes you. It just makes you appreciate. It makes you appreciate it more. Like now, I look at Star Wars like, dude, even though New Hope was so low budget when it came to movie things, but they created things that didn't exist to make that movie. I mean, you got to think about it. The Android phone, all this stuff was all created by George Lucas. All the cell phones, he owns the right to the name Android. The technology came from ILM. All these different things happen that we take for granted today, but these are things that, because of Star Wars, is here. Stuff that has to do with cars, that was made for cars. ILM created the original prototype design for that stuff. It's just crazy that all this stuff came from the mind of George Lucas. His vision created all these things that we take for advantage, and the man went through hell to get it there. Everybody that worked in Star Wars, like Harrison Ford, all them, man, they just, what the hell is going on? What the hell are we making here? And especially something that was a genre that they thought was dead. They thought nobody was doing sci-fi no more. And then he came out with a sci-fi movie that, or as he calls, a space opera. But he makes this thing that's just amazing. It's just so...
It's not even amazing. It was electrifying. It was ahead of its time when he did it. and it sparked something. Like my dad was talking about like seeing the posters of this movie and how he was like, "Oh, this isn't for me." And my dad still went and watched it with a group of his friends. And he's like, "I may not be as a big of a Star Wars fan as you, but I remember watching A New Hope and going, what the hell was that?
Right. I feel
There
like
better be more."
I feel like Star Wars, like there's something for everyone. You know what I mean? Someone will always find something to relate to within the movies or the shows. You know what I mean? There's so many different aspects of
And
it.
there's always a character you'll like.
Exactly.
Always.
Even the
Like
people
my
that like Jar Jar
3-year-old,
Binks.
she loves Ahsoka.
Dude, I love Ahsoka.
Loves Ahsoka. Loves Ahsoka. Don't know why. That was the thing. Like she had only watched like the live action movies. We hadn't really got into the cartoons yet. But I played one season of Clone Wars, and she's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Ahsoka." Now every time she sees something Ahsoka, she goes ape shit. She don't care about Baby Yoda anymore. It's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like when we went to Comic-Con, she spotted the only Ahsoka cosplayer in the whole damn thing, and ran up to her and hugged her.
Aww.
The coolest moment I had ever seen. One Ahsoka, like I literally was at the 501st booth for like a good 20 minutes. And that one Ahsoka, she ran up, hugged her, and it was just like, wow, okay.
It's just,
Like you don't like Mara Jade or Mando or Luke Skywalker over there? Like
dude,
you hugged Ahsoka. Like that was awesome.
I would
that's
hug
kinda
Mando.
That's kind of what got me, because I'm watching all the stuff that they're going through in this TV show, and I'm like, dude, they went through hell. But then you look at the fandom now. Like you look at, there's cosplayers, there's people, you got giant, you got Star Wars Celebration, which is huge. You got like all this stuff came from these people going through hell to create this movie. It just made me appreciate it more. I like, dude, I love all y'all, man. Y'all are awesome, man, because I'd have quit. I would have been quit. Like, hell no, I ain't doing this. This is freaking crazy. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere. People are dying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think anybody died, but you know what I'm saying? It was like the whole
Well,
set
you're
was
not done with the
destroyed.
series yet.
Like, dude, I'd have been finished. I'd have quit a long time ago. George got more patience than anybody I ever seen. I think that's why the Jedi had to have patience, because George had all that patience. Because dude, any normal person, any normally sane person, that's why they. If you think about like most of the people that create the most awesome shit are just crazy. There's something mentally wrong with them, and George is one of those people that just there's something mentally wrong with him to come up with this and keep on doing it.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
But yeah,
Not as much as Ahsoka.
It's definitely a good. It's definitely a good little series. Or that episode was really good. I don't know what about the rest of the series because I haven't been able to. It comes out every Monday, but I would suggest everybody go watch it just to get that, to see what they went through to give us to get us there. What we, I mean, this podcast wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the things that they went through. We wouldn't be able to sit back and talk about Star Wars if they didn't go through what they went through to create it. And it was crazy what they went through. So that's what I wanted to let everybody know about that, because I ran across it on accident. My wife, I think she was like the dark side of the 90s or something. She was watching one of those things on Vice, and I was like, oh, what's this? And then the commercial came on, and I've been waiting to watch it for like a month. And yesterday aired the first episode, so I wanted to let everybody know about it so they could go and really look at what they went through and what they created. And I know they created so much more stuff just from the stuff that I read in the other documentaries that I watched. But they got in depth on this one. Like Anthony Daniels really came out and told some of the dark shit. And his wife, his ex-wife, George's ex-wife, she breaks it down like, this is bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. It just makes you appreciate it even more.
Another thing, San Diego Comic-Con is in 1 week. So do we think we're going to get anything from Comic-Con? One of the biggest Comic-Cons ever?
Honestly, I think that they're going to promote Andor a lot. They're going to promote the stuff that's coming out. Hopefully we'll get some from Disney about Taika's movie. because the stuff on the news and rumors department is just bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
he ain't even got the script written yet. He doesn't have and it's supposed to come out next year. Like I just, hopefully this is all some smoke and mirrors shit, for them to keep us off track of what's going on. Like I don't care what it's about at this point. I just want to see a Star Wars movie. I want to go to the movie theater and watch a
Yeah.
Star Wars movie. I really,
Me
really do.
too.
Like it could be bad. I don't even give a shit. I just want to go watch a Star Wars movie at the movie theater. So somebody needs to come out with a damn movie.
I have never seen a Star Wars movie in theater.
Are you
Really?
serious?
What? I watched the
Holy
last 3 and Rogue One in theaters.
Yeah.
Like I
No.
watched every single Star Wars that there's been made in a theater. Like you gotta look up. Like I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find it for you, Kim, because there'll be theaters that'll like do like days. They'll like have a whole day where
That'd be awesome.
they'll play all the movies. Because I went and
Yeah.
seen not too like right before I left Denver. Let's see, this is probably about 5-6 years ago. I went and watched all the Star Wars. I think it was right after Rise of Skywalker came out. I went and watched all the Star Wars movies. They had every single one of them playing, and it was like an all-day thing. Like we was there forever. We ended up leaving. Cause I left at Return of the Jedi, and then we came back. It was like middle of Phantom Menace. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, we've been sitting here all damn day. I love Star Wars, but shit, I'm hungry. I need some alcohol or something. Like I don't remember what we went and did now, but we left for a little bit and then came back. And yeah, but they'll play like all of them all day, and
That'd be awesome.
it was like a dope theater too. It wasn't even no raggedy theater. It was like a nice theater. That
Yeah.
it was like all THX and sound effects was just amazing. And I know the theaters do that all the time, so they do them for different things. I think here they do like during the week they do stuff. I think they was playing like all the Saws not too long ago at one of the
Well, that's
theaters
cool.
here. We only got get it out, 3 theaters here where I stay at. So, and none of them is like super. Damn, Star Wars team leader, you saw New Hope when it first came out at drive-in. How old are you? Jesus.
So I saw this thing and I can't find it. And it's through a company, but you can put your face, like a 3D print of your face, on an actual Black Series figure. And I don't know if it's through Hasbro or a personal like guy that makes them. I've been trying to find it because I saw it earlier.
Somebody told me that they was gonna make a Darth Sway character, but then they didn't ever do it, or I didn't ever talk to them again. I don't know.
I have a bunch of Hasbro news though, and I'm saving that for Saturday. It's not even just Hasbro; it's a few other websites too.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
we're
of.
almost done. Hang on.
All right, everybody, we've been on here for over an hour, and it's the week. Everybody needs to get to bed so they can go to work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Especially CJ.
Whatever. Don't remind me.
I gotta get up. At
108
4 o'clock.
tomorrow.
I don't even know how it's gonna be hot. It's 85 degrees right now here.
It is 97 right now.
Yeah. I don't know what the heat index is. You ain't got 100% humidity. You probably got 40% humidity. If it rained for an hour this morning, it's probably dried up in sand now.
Yeah, we suck here. The weather is terrible. Let me see. Weather. This.
The first, like, I didn't see New Hope or Return of the Jedi. The first one I remember seeing, which my mom said she took me to go see it, but I was a baby then because I was born in '77. But the first one I remember seeing was Return of the Jedi, and I remember we went and seen it, and then I seen it twice. We went to the movies twice because the first time I got scared of Jabba the Hutt, and I cried, and then my mom had to take me out to the theater, and she beat my ass for crying. No, that was the second time because I had already seen it once. And I was fine the first time, but the second time I seen it, I started crying because I was scared of Jabba the Hutt, and my mom took me out to the theater and beat me. I got my ass whooped for crying at something that I had already seen. But yeah.
Jesus.
All right. We're going to get out of here. We will see you guys Saturday morning. We will be here. I wish Kim was going to be there. No,
Sorry,
we'll
guys.
We're going to be here Saturday. We'll be ripping and roaring Saturday morning. So we will see everybody then. Everybody knows what to do. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Anybody wants to hear Sway, it's over on all the podcast platforms. We are also on I think we're on all the podcasts.
We're on all of them.
Yeah, we're on everything. So either one, this will be up tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, just depending on how fast I can get it ready. So we will see you guys then. We will see you on Saturday. Peace, and may the force be with you. Okay, I ain't got the button ready. I keep
Why?
trying to get.
Can you hit the damn button? I was trying to tell him, like, hey, hit all the buttons, like, subscribe, and then you did it. And I was like, fine. And then I was thinking, cool, he's going to end that cool, smooth outro.
I was
and
trying
you
to get to
fucking didn't.
But then I got to reading the comments. So, all right, guys. Peace. May the force be with you.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.